Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. Pop-up COVID first dose clinics are opening their doors throughout the valley. The heat is on with record-breaking temperatures. And watch out for the toadlets. Also, Chilliwack FC honoring those children lost in residential school tragedies. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. And our top story brought to you by Hofstede's Country Barn. Pop-up COVID first dose vaccine clinics continue throughout the Fraser Valley. Now, both doses are available, but the priority will be going to that first dose. More than 73% of British Columbians have already had at least that first dose. A public clinic at Chilliwack Secondary is now on for anyone over 12. They run between June 24th and July the 12th. A first dose clinic for construction workers is at the Abbotsford Ag Building. That's on the exhibition grounds. And that's for 4 days between June 24th and July 9th. So why did the toad cross the road? Well, it was for safety. Thousands of toad tadpoles are growing into those little itty-bitty toadlets, and soon it'll be time for them to migrate to the forest on the other side of the road. So you'll be helping them to do this safely by installing the toadlet fence to ensure they get to the tunnel under the road. So next Wednesday, June 30th, volunteers with the Fraser Valley Conservancy will be working those fences and pipes to get the little ones down to the forest. For volunteer information, go to the Fraser Valley Conservancy website.
Hello, I'm Jack Hardix from Pristine Foods. We're a local micro-farm in Chilliwack. My brother and I are supplying locally grown fresh living lettuce to Hofstede's. We grow them from start to finish right here in Chilliwack, so there's not very many food miles involved with bringing our product to the market. Hofstede's been very accommodating ever since we first approached them. They've really wanted to work with us and bring the best quality local product to the customer. And the end goal is obviously to supply a fresh, consistent local product that is very competitive with California or imported products. Here's some of the local lettuce we got. Do you want to have a try at it?
Local is better.
With stage 2 of COVID restrictions in place and travel within the province easing, it is a reminder to be careful on the roads and the highways. BC Ferries reservation system is going to be busy. It's already been swamped once, so patience is the key word. Also, try to remember that when motorcycles really can't stop like a vehicle can, and try not to shoot mowed grass onto the roads. It really is no different than riding on ice for a bike. Cultus Lake Park Bowie compliance inspections start next week on July the 2nd, so anyone who has a Bowie in the water at Cultus Lake Park, note this. Bowies have to have the up-to-date stickers, and if they're not registered, they will be removed. More information can be found through the Cultus Lake Park Board social media sites. Rogers Radio has reapplied to remove CKKS 107.5 Chilliwack, otherwise known as KISS Radio, and their simulcast on 104.9 in Vancouver, and then replace it with locally produced programming. Even though programming on KISS Radio technically has originated in Vancouver for the past 20-some-odd years. This happened after Rogers purchased those stations here in Chilliwack from Bill Coombs. Now, this really was the original Star FM, then it evolved into, you might remember, XFM, Clear FM, Greatest Hits FM, Fun FM, and it's now KISS. So under this proposed arrangement, Chilliwack and Abbotsford would become a new station focused on the Fraser Valley. 104.9 Vancouver would focus on the Vancouver market. Rogers has stated the hit music format on 104.9 would be retained. Now, 104.9 Vancouver operates with 31,000 watts. 107.5 in Chilliwack, really only 640 watts. It covers the town and that's it. The Abbotsford repeater at 92.5 has 2,600 watts. Now, a similar application by Rogers was rejected a year ago by the CRTC. That was July the 6th, 2020. Other Vancouver broadcasters have complained about the original intention that 104.9 would be a, quote, new station. Therefore, should really be put up to tender to any bidder, not just Rogers. Applications are now open for people to serve on the new Provincial Accessibility Committee. The Accessible British Columbia Act is now law, and the first step is to form the Provincial Accessibility Committee to advise members of the Ministry of Social Development and Poverty Reduction on matters relating to accessibility and support developments of accessibility standards. People interested in serving on this committee, which is the Provincial Accessibility Authority, have until Thursday, July 29th to apply. Chilliwack MLA Dan Coulter is the Parliamentary Secretary for Accessibility. He is chairing this, and he says the act will allow government, with the guidelines of the provincial committee, to develop standards that will address barriers in a range of areas such as employment, education, transportation, as well as buildings and infrastructure. The Envision Financial and Rotary Canada Day show, premiering July the 1st at 2 p.m. on ChillTV, will be a different sort of program this year. While the show will still feature all the best of Chilliwack in music, comedy, drama, and some history, there won't be a celebration. Rather, it's a reflection of Canada, all the good in our country that we have to offer, and balance that with some, and let's face it, some really bad history, particularly the most recent discovery in Kamloops and now other residential schools across the country. Members of the First Nations community have opted not to participate in the show this year, and we acknowledge and understand their grieving. We welcome you to watch or not, whether you feel this is a right decision for you. It is long past time for true reconciliation and more discussion that needs to happen, and most of all, more listening on our part. ChillTV Sports, upon learning of the tragedy at the former Kamloops Indian Residential School in late May, as many individuals and organizations expressed their heartfelt sympathy to Kamloops First Nations and other First Nation communities and the families affected by the news, Chilliwack FC began to explore how the organization and its membership could respond in a meaningful way. The annual Orange Shirt Day takes place every year, September the 30th, and Chilliwack FC are now taking advance orders through their website for those orange shirts. Now, proceeds will go to the Stalo Nations Chiefs Council and the work that they plan to do in search of more information. The 2021 Chilliwack Giants football program handing out their scholarships and bursaries, so a big congratulations to Gavin Thomas, Paris Maston, Carissa Parks, and Jackson Wilkins. The hard work does pay off. Also, not to forget all the players who have graduated from the 2021 program. For more information on future scholarships and bursaries, just go to the Chilliwack Giants social media sites. Still with football, the Valley Huskers president Tom Caverly announcing on Monday a new youth-based program tying in with the football program, and it's all about reading. The Valley Huskers Ready, Set, Read program. Caverly said, and I'm quoting, "We engaged our local elementary schools to develop a reading program. Normally, our players could attend the schools and read to those students in person, but due to the pandemic, we had to approach this on a different angle. Our players have been filmed reading storybooks that can be streamed anytime while the students are in class. It becomes another way to teach as a teaching aid for teachers while promoting our players to our younger fans." Now, the Huskers website has an interesting video to check out as well as more information. ChillTV weather, expect another heat wave, but we are looking at record-breaking temperatures this weekend. We are looking at 40 degrees, which would smash previous records. We'll also be keeping an eye on the wildfire situation and keep an eye on seniors as well as your pets when it comes to the heat. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.